On Friday, on his way to school, Sam Wilson brought the United States of America to its knees. He didn't mean to. He was actually just trying to score a new computer and some other cool stuff. And in any case, the words "to its knees" were the New York Times, not his, and were way over the top in Sam's view. Not as bad, though, as the Washington Post's. Their headline writers must have been on a coffee bench, because they screamed, "National disaster," in size 40 type when their presses finally came back online. Anyway, it was only for a few days, and it wasn't really a disaster at all. At least not compared to what was still to come. Hello and welcome to another Fandom Friday, where a member of the Rogers Public Library staff tells you something that they are a fan of. Well, I'm going to talk about a book that I read several years ago, and it's still stuck with me. It's a YA novel called Brainjack by Brian Falkner. In the world of Brainjack, the technology has taken the next step. It's sort of in the near future. You now have the ability to use your brain. Just hook yourself up with a device that'll hook you directly to your computer or whatever device you're using, and you can surf the web, do your email, whatever it is you need to do on the internet. You can do without using a mouse or keyboard. Just input it directly with signals from your brain. That's the sort of world that Sam Wilson lives in. He's our main character. Sam Wilson is a teen hacker, an expert, quite the powerful computer whiz, as you will. And an invitation to use his abilities lands him in trouble with the government. But pretty soon he finds that there are several powerful people who want to use his abilities. And just in time, because as technology moves forward, a new force is putting America under cyber attack. And Wilson may carry the key to defeating it. So I read first Brainjack in 2009. It's been around for a few years, but the book is very fast-paced, and it keeps raising the stakes as it builds and builds toward the climax, and the threat keeps growing. And as somebody who isn't a person, a computer expert, I don't have a problem following the story or what was happening at all when they're talking about what's happening in cyberspace. Usually, if something is particularly technical, it'll be described by an analogy, like castles in cybersecurity. But it was interesting to see the unique way in which Sam was able to bypass security or undo a complicated computer system, say, using Microsoft Excel. You might be wondering, hey, could I use that trick myself sometime? Who knows? Naturally, the concerns about cybersecurity and technology are still relevant as they were when this book was written, which wasn't that long ago. Though I can't speak to how the technology changes since then might affect somebody who is particularly tech-savvy might view this. Frankly, I still think it's a great book, good for just action-driven a Y techno thriller. That, if you're looking for that sort of book, it's a good choice, in my opinion. Right now, as you read this prologue, I am sifting through the contents of your computer. Yes, your computer. You, the one holding the book. I am reading your emails, looking at your digital photos and images you've downloaded off the net, opening your most private documents and having a good read, or a good laugh depending on the content. To be honest, most of it is utterly boring, except for a few files. You know the ones I mean.